everyone, and welcome back to RCRC, that is the Relationship Connection with Ronald and Charlie, where we equip, empower, and educate couples on how to thrive in their relationships. How? Through candid conversations right here on this platform. I am Charlie Willis, a mental health therapist.
I'm Ronald Willis, a marriage and family therapist, and today we'll be continuing our discussion regarding gender roles. Is there a power struggle? But first, let's revisit our clip from last week.
Want something done around here, you got to do it yourself. And asking Ron to change his light bulb for weeks, he has yet to do it.
Charlie, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing, Ronald?
What do you mean what it looks like you're doing?
I'm getting ready to change this light bulb.
Charlie, that's not your role. That's my role. As a man in the house, I change the light bulb. You can't do my role.
Okay, I've been asking you to do your role by changing this light bulb for weeks. You have yet to do it.
It's on my to-do list, Charlie. It's gonna get done.
When? When is it gonna get done?
It's on the to-do list. So I got this to do, that to do. The light bulb's gonna get changed.
Ronald, I need the light bulb changed now.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna change it, Charlie.
Okay, are you gonna change the light bulb?
Yes.
Change it.
Oh, I can't change it right now, Charlie. It's on my to-do list.
You know what? Forget it, I'm out.
Where you going at? The light bulb gotta be changed.
Man, Charlie, I'm still upset when I watched that video clip, man.
Why?
You still trying to change the light bulb, trying to take my role. Ain't that my role?
If you say so.
I say so, all right.
So welcome back, everybody, to this is part 2 to where we're discussing the gender roles and the power struggle. Last week we talked about, we went over some things and, kind of digged in and discovered, is there a power struggle? Does it exist? If so, why does it exist? What contributes to it? Came up with some good information, as
Right.
you'd agree. It all started with Ronald and the light bulb. Like you saw.
Wait a minute, it started with you in the light bulb. You the one trying to change the light bulb. I was trying to make a correction, y'all.
It all started with Ronald the light bulb. So, and basically we went in and talked about the power struggle, of assuming, not talking about things up front.
Right.
We had a selfish mindset we talked about.
Selfish mindset.
Not seeing your partner's point of view,
right.
Declaring the roles in the household, who should do what, and
making assumptions.
about
those roles.
Mm-hmm.
You the woman, you cook. You the man,
right.
You watch football.
Right. Oh, no.
All right, you the man, you mow the lawn there.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we had that big discussion and kind of pull back the layers of some things. So what we want to do today is get into how we can win in our relationships, how we can
win-win,
have an attitude of win-win and compromise and be a team instead of
Team
opponents.
Willis, huh?
Yeah,
Team Willis,
or
that's right.
Whomever you are out there, your team.
Yeah, whatever your last name.
Yeah, whatever your last name is. So, but the biggest point is, you're getting married, you're joining together as one.
Right.
And you should be doing that, working together.
That is true.
Being one. So we also talked about our scripture then.
Yeah, let's read our scripture.
You want to go back to
Genesis 3, and it's the 16th verse.
All right.
What does it say, Charlie? Let's do it.
All right, I'll go back to Genesis 3:16.
Okay.
But we really kind of digged into it. I want to make sure I don't want to quote it, so I want to make sure I get it exactly like it is. But we talked about what it really means and what it looks like. So Ronald had some points he made, but we'll just see how it goes from there. So in Genesis 3:16, all right. To the woman, he said, I will make your plans in childbearing very severe. Now, this is the NIV version I'm reading right here. Okay. With painful labor, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Now, when we looked at the New Living Translation,
Right. It was a little bit different.
It looked a little bit different.
Let's
Talked
read
about,
that one.
then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth. Pretty much that's comparable, same with the other one. But then it also said, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. So we talked about the word control.
Right.
And how big of.
And I asked you the question.
And I said yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yes.
Maybe we need to rewind that.
But not in the context of just, handling you like a puppet. Not in that context. Just the context of the desire of a woman to be, we got to face it. We do have a desire to make, decisions, to have things up front. We have that independent, most of us, streak. And that can be looked at somewhat controlling if we look at it that way.
Okay. All right.
But it exists. And however, then we also discussed how me being a God-fearing woman that I am, and allows me to know where my role is, I'm not going to say place, but what I do is comparable to help as a helpmate and be in a relationship.
Yeah, what are we doing together?
Right.
Even though they're separate things, we're still doing it as a team. Like we talked about Team Willis.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing these things as a team, although they're separate things that we're doing in the role. I mean, in the relationship, with an understanding what are those things.
Yes, definitely. So knowing all that, now we want to talk about and look at the attitude we both have, a win attitude, what it takes to get there. Now, I want to say, especially when I think if you're newly in a relationship, in your marriage,
right,
it's going to be more of a struggle because you're getting to know each other. Y'all lovey-dovey and all that good stuff, and you may have, if you didn't, attend a premarital course or some Christian,
which we recommend you do.
Yeah, definitely. So you'll learn about these things because you be lovey-dovey, you get in it, and then bam. Yeah,
and that's something that you're entertaining and want to do, the premarital course. Of course, that's something you can do. Just call us and we can facilitate that.
Yes.
That's right.
Which is, you'll learn about a whole bunch of stuff that has to do with the roles also. But one of the things we said, or you should know, is let's get to our first point. Our first point, what we wanted to do is to discuss things up front. And we kind of not tiptoe, but we laid that out in the previous. But it may sound just simple, like it's going to work. We don't have to do a budget sheet. We don't have to, lay all those things out. Let's just go with the flow.
Right.
But then you can run into problems that way.
Yeah, you definitely can. And I think if we took a survey and asked couples, have they discussed roles, beginning a relationship, I think most people would say no, to include us. We didn't discuss roles.
No, we didn't discuss roles.
No one thinks about that. We make an assumption what the roles are, and primarily based on gender.
Right, and I definitely learned about it when we got into the marriage, and I said I ain't cooking on Fridays.
What?
Yeah.
You said that?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Well, how we gonna eat if you don't cook, Charlie?
That's why I'm cooking on Fridays now.
All right then. But anyway, this should be a conversation where the two partners come together and discuss, the roles in their relationship. And there is no one book that tells everything that needs to be done. There's nothing that is based on gender. It's based on your relationship, how you feel, and it also should be based on the strength and weakness of your partner in the relationship.
Glad you said that.
You glad I said that? Because definitely if your partner got a weakness in cooking, right, they should not be cooking.
Okay, so.
Weakness. All right,
I'm trying to find out how we're going to eat, because
scratch the last statement out there. So there's no such thing as weakness in cooking, okay?
There is a such thing, but
oh, it is? Okay then, put it back in, y'all.
But the other thing, one other big major thing, and we could say that we have for us, is the finances.
Right.
Who is good at paying the bills, doing the financial structure,
doing the budget.
Right. You have to be open to relinquishing.
If you are the, if you have problems in that area and your
Yes.
partner don't, right? So it makes sense. Okay, then says I have a problem and a challenge with the budget and the finances, and you don't. That'll be a role that you do. And
Right.
y'all agree to that, and then you should be okay with that also, because you have an understanding. Hey, my partner just simply better at this than me, so it doesn't make sense for me to try to take this when he or she is better.
Yeah, because that's not a gender specific role. Is it?
For me, I think it's this.
It's not. It's not a gender specific role.
All right. Let's put this out there. Who you think out of the man and woman would mess up the budget, the money?
Okay, let me go back.
Yeah.
I said in part one that I don't even like.
Who likes to go shopping and spending?
No, I don't even like gender specific things. People to put labels, but you
said that's not gender specific.
No, listen. I'm trying to explain to you. But I said that previously. I don't like the gender specific put on, but when you look at it, you're thinking, okay, so the woman generally cooks and the man mow the lawn, like you said.
Right.
But finances, I mean, that could be anybody. We've counseled couples where the man was shopping, doing more shopping.
Than the woman. You sure?
I'm positive.
You positive?
But
must be one couple, y'all.
Yeah, that's it's not a gender specific. At least I don't see it as. But you just have to see who is better at it.
Okay. All right.
And you cannot be you can't stereotype it. You can't.
No, you can't stereotype it, but the men tend to be more analytical. Women tend to be more creative.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah.
So you need more of the analytical when it comes to budgets and stuff like that. Okay. You need some creativity also, though.
Okay. This is why you gotta discuss this stuff. You have to discuss this stuff up front. You have to discuss this stuff because you'll get into honest, that finances for us wasn't something we discussed. I was the one.
We didn't discuss anything. I want to be with you. You want to be me? Let's be together.
That was before Christ. No, I was the one doing the finances.
Okay.
I got busy, so now you ended up doing the finances.
Why did I end up doing it?
Because I was
being transparent.
I was so busy. I can't busy. I was so busy.
Busy. In what word? Busy.
And I had to relinquish.
You said busy.
Busy.
How about views out there?
Busy. I was busy working.
Busy. What do you mean when you say busy?
Busy doing motherly things and all that kind of things. Yes. Let's move on now.
Okay.
So, but you have to understand and be able to relinquish it. That is big.
So we having our views out there. You did that, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I understood that. And I understood that I had
busy.
I had to relinquish that. Anyway, let's move on to point 2. So, which is good. Being realistic.
Being realistic. Right.
Okay. You want to be realistic about the roles.
Right. And that still comes with that strength and weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And also it desire.
Okay.
Okay. If I like doing something, right, then if I like doing it, then the couple should favor whatever that person likes doing the most. Like one couple like the person like cooking, the other person really don't like it. Okay, then cooking should be their role.
Really?
Right. Or cleaning.
Okay.
Yep. So there are things in the home that could be something that person likes to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you want to be in a situation where you have a thought process that, we're looking at strength and weakness, but we're also looking at desire. Mm-hmm. What do you like to do what do you like to do in our home?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What it looks like for you and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then, you're giving and receiving, and you also want to have understanding that you're not doing everything in the home.
Okay.
Because sometimes you may come from a place where the person was a single parent.
True.
Okay? And if you're a single parent, you're doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get together as a couple, you gotta let some of those things go.
Yeah, that is true. There are times that when you come into a relationship in that way that you are maybe reluctant about
reluctant or scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Letting your spouse take on some of those roles, and you have to be, because we're operating as one.
Right. And then you also want to be, you also want to have an understanding that, for an example, if you was a single parent and you did a particular role this way, right?
Right.
And said you get in a relationship, you say, well, I'm not going to do that role anymore. I'm going to let my partner do that role, right?
Okay.
You want to be realistic that they may not do the role the same way that when you was doing it, that you did it.
That is true.
And you want to be understanding of that, you can't come in and, well, when I did it this way, and you need to do it this way. No, you got to be understanding that y'all are different.
Yes.
So the bottom line is that it get accomplished.
That's right.
It's not dominated by how we do it, and then you base it on this is the way I did it, so I think you should still continue to do it that way. No, allow that person to do it their way in accordance to how they feel and how they think.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you can see that a lot in finances.
Yeah.
Well, I did the finances this way. And, I'm lying, you do the finances, but you need to do it the way I was doing.
I mean, not only finances, housekeeping also.
Yeah, housekeeping. I clean this way. You need to clean this way.
Well,
is the house being clean, regardless of which way you're doing it?
Someone putting the cups down and someone putting them up to dry.
Toilet seat up, toilet seat down.
Yeah.
Toothpaste on, toothpaste off.
So much.
So much. Well, those other ones. The toilet paper roll got to be over, or the toilet paper roll got to be under. Which one? Which one, Charlie? What do you like?
Right now, I can't.
I don't care. As long as I can use it.
It's over.
You think if you gotta think it's over, that means you don't care.
It's over.
Which one would I like?
Who cares?
Who cares?
All right, let's move on to point 3.
I'm gonna tell you what I like.
What?
I like to use the toilet paper. Over, under doesn't matter.
All right, so that's being realistic. So now point 3. Let's look at expectations of your spouse and not being rigid.
That is so huge, man.
Yeah.
And you saw it in our clip there. There's an expectation of me doing a light bulb, changing the light bulbs, right? Mm-hmm. And I was being very rigid in ensuring that it stayed with me without really understanding the most important factor in that is that the light bulb get changed. Yeah. Who cares who does it?
Yeah, and also when I think of the expectations, sometimes we put these false expectations upon our spouse, wanting them to do more than they could do.
Right.
I mean,
like what, Charlie? Spit it out.
Like, we got married, you didn't have any hair. I can't expect now that.
Wait a minute, that's a bad analogy to use.
It came up, but
you need to retract that. Hey, cut the tape. Hey.
Expectations.
So, no. Did you want me to have hair, Charlie?
No, I did. I'm fine with that. But I'm just saying, we put these false expectations out there.
I'm feeling a certain kind of way.
And we get upset when our partner don't fit the bill or they don't work out the way we want them to do. For example, we want them to be more assertive,
right?
Or take the initiative and.
You want them to be the leader.
Yeah. They're not that person that you married. You.
But that goes to show who you're marrying.
True.
Give yourself time to know your partner. If you're marrying someone and you want them to be a leader, right? They need to qualify being a leader before you marry them.
That is true.
You can't marry them and then they're not a leader. Well, if they're not a leader in the marriage, they want a leader before. Before the marriage, it was not.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, at that particular time, that was acceptable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if things were acceptable.
Yeah,
because
I'm accepting you not being a leader.
Yeah.
And then when you get then after you get married, I want you to be a leader. Well, why did you accept them not being a leader from the start and went forward with marrying them? Mm-hmm. And now that you married them, now you want them to change. Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. It does not. Whoever you marry, that's the person you marry. Not saying they won't make changes as they go along, as they mature and grow and stuff. But you are not the person that controls the change. They are. They control the change within themselves. You can't make them change because you have a desire that you want them to be something. And then especially if you want them to be something that they're just not.
Yeah, that they just won't be able to do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not gonna be able to grow hair. It's not gonna happen, Charlie.
Yeah, I still love you.
Well, that's why we got DJ Red to help out. He got hair.
That's okay. So the scripture for that, we want to look at Colossians 3:13 and making allowances for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. That allowance. Make an allowance.
Right.
Can we do that?
And part of making that allowance, you allowing your spouse to be who they are. Right. Not for what you want them to be, because no one is going to be perfect. So there are going to be things about your spouse you're just simply not going to like. Mm-hmm. I know when you look at Charlie and I, it's unbelievable there's things about me that Charlie don't like, but it is.
Yeah.
It is. So anyway, your partner is not going to be perfect. There are going to be things about your partner that you're not going to like. Mm-hmm. But this scripture helps you out navigate in that arena, so that even though there are things I don't like, I still love them. Yeah. For who they are.
That's right.
Not for who I want them to be.
That's good.
Right.
So that was point 3. So point number
3. Now we're moving to point 4. Yeah, 3 always come after 4, Charlie. I'm trying to help you out.
Right. So point 4, which I have 4 fingers up, is also big. Working together. Can we do this for the common goal? I think we get so irritated and not understanding each other that we're just fighting and working against each other. And one of the big things, even before I want to say that, working together, is male and female we're different. We think different. We act different.
Look different.
Look at things differently.
Right.
And we cannot expect our spouse to think the way we think, to do things the way we did them. Right. We were reared differently. But the common goal is to work together to get it done.
That is so true. Because think about the clip, right? And what was the thing that needed to be done in that clip?
The light bulb.
Did it get done?
No.
It did not, because we didn't work together. We go fussing about who's supposed to do it. It's my role. Light bulb need to be changed. When you going to change it?
Right.
Well, it's on the to-do list. And then all these things occurring. And the end results is that the thing that needed to be done didn't get done. Okay. I'm standing there looking like, the light bulb ain't changing. You walking out because you frustrated with me and me saying that I should change the light bulb. Who cares who changed the light bulb? As long as the light bulb gets changed.
Where you going at?
The light bulb could talk.
What would the light bulb say? So stop this foolishness.
I know, right?
Just get me and turn me in the socket. I need to be connected, y'all.
Yes.
I need some help, man.
Yes. So let's move on to number 5, which is our last point, but it's really big. It's really big, and it covers all of this, I think. Number 5 is being supportive with each other's role.
That is so huge.
Yeah.
And, some of that comes from a place of, we talked earlier about not being rigid, right?
Right.
That may be a situation or circumstances that, may be in your relationship where your partner can't do the role that they originally said they was going to do, a role that you think they're going to do. Yeah. Right? So, you want to be supportive, that you want to help out.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit on the sideline and the garbage need to be taken out. Well, Ron don't come back to 2 days. He's supposed to take out the garbage, so I'm not going to take out the garbage.
Right.
Well, you have a snake. Your kitchen is going to be a total mess.
Or when I think about being supportive, what if I can't get to something? What if I'm running late from work and I can't make dinner, or I can't pick up the kids, or I can't help them with their homework, or having, forbid, something happens where your partner is incapacitated, where they can no longer operate in a certain function to get something done.
Maybe sick, not feeling well.
Not feeling well. What do we do? Just not step in?
Yeah, we want to support each other because
That's right.
the bottom line is really not about the individual roles, right?
Yeah.
It's about coming together to make our relationship work. And we know that there are things that has to be done in the relationship. You know, that someone has to cook, someone has to mow the grass, someone has to take out the trash, someone has to do the finances, someone has to do this, someone has to do that. And we just come together as a couple, identifying those with an understanding, but at the same time, we know that there may be a time when our partner can't do that or not able to do that. I may not have time to do that. And we support each other in the roles to ensure that the things that need to be done in the home gets done.
That's right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's not about, well, I'm supposed to do it, you're supposed to do it. And then we fussing about it, and the stuff that's supposed to be done don't get done. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you look at it, it is stupid.
Yeah. I think for me, just really, like I said earlier, about understanding the difference between male and female, knowing you're different, knowing that you weren't reared,
Right.
the same, making allowances, being supportive, working to get the job, a job or whatever the circumstances, working toward the common goal, being one,
That is so true.
Yeah.
I love this scripture right here from Ephesians 4:2. And it says, be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. And that's the bottom line.
Yes.
That is the bottom line and stuff, right? I shouldn't get all swollen up and mad and, if my role is to wash the car and you out there washing the car, now I want to get upset. Yeah. That is stupid.
I won't be out there washing the car, though.
That's something that you just don't do. Let's get an understanding of this.
I can drive it through
Drive it through? No. You need a bucket, a sponge, water, and soap. Why are you driving through?
But get and understand this, and don't be shocked. I can change a tire. I can bleed brakes.
What can you do to the brakes now?
Bleed the brakes.
Bleed brakes, y'all.
Put on brake pads. I can wash the car and vacuum it in there. I can mow the lawn. These are things I have done. Mm-hmm. And these are things that I've taught my girls how to do. But I'm in a relationship marriage with you now.
Because I was hearing Genesis 3:16. That's what I was hearing. I don't want nobody to rule, control over me.
That's right.
I can do all these things. I don't need a man.
So I can relinquish.
I don't need a man, y'all. That's what I was hearing. I
can relinquish those.
And you're right though. I was joking about it, but you do want to be independent. Mm-hmm. What happens to Ron? He can't do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If I have to step in.
That's right. Vice versa. I may have to learn how to cook.
Okay.
All right, let's wrap it up, y'all.
All right, great. So great discussion again. I hope you guys love that. Learn something from how to work together, to make it happen. So we want to thank you guys for watching RCRC. That is the Relationship Connection with Ronald and Charlie. Want more? Learn more about us? Check us out on our website, firstfocusfaith.com, or social media platforms, IG, Facebook, or YouTube.
All that good stuff, huh?
All that good stuff.
All right. Don't forget to help support our ministry. And you can do that through Cash App at First Focus Faith. You can also donate by clicking the donate button below if you're watching by demand. And also don't forget about YouTube. Like, love, share, comment,
and subscribe.
Do it all, y'all.
Thanks. See you next week.
We are here to equip, empower, and educate by helping couples thrive in their relationship. To see more from us, help support this ministry with a charitable contribution. Just click on the donate button below.